Hey everyone, Fresh here. Today I'll be breaking down vault picks on my 6 characters. I leveled a second warrior to 80 last week with the time walking event. Basically, he is just going to be a transmog character. I'm just trying to get the tier appearance on him. So my picks will be based on that and not on boosting his player power. I don't intend to play a second warrior at a super high level. But let's go ahead and hop in and just kind of break down the picks and everything that I made this week in vaults and see what we got and if we got anything fun to play. So first character we'll be logging onto is that second warrior. Again, like I said, I'm just going to be making picks based off appearances. So I want to get the normal tier set appearance. Honestly, the biggest thing I could use on him would be like shoulders that can go up to uh, myth level. So basically, hero track shoulders would be ideal. But pretty much anything that's like a tier piece or could become a tier piece, I'll probably just be grabbing if that's an option that's available. So and we got in pretty much right at 9 in the morning on reset. So maxed out his delves. Also did time walking dungeons too. So I'm actually think I'm just gonna take these tier gloves. Again, like I said, trying to go for appearance, and those would give me, I think, actually 2 appearances because they're at 593. So I think they give the LFR appearance, and then if I upgrade them, they turn into the normal appearance. And the rest of these, while they are technically actual upgrades, they don't help me towards my appearance goal. So that's what this character is for. So this is going to be, yeah, this character will be taking kind of weird things basically when I'm picking them. So, I mean, I'll still equip it because it'll give me 2-piece tier. So it gives me a little bit bonus. Yeah, I'm just checking here to see. Yep, that is the Raid Finder appearance. So, and then I do want to just grab like the normal kind of set appearance as I'm going along. But yeah, getting those appearances would be kind of difficult on my main warrior because obviously I'm using like catalyst charges and vault picks like for maximum player power, and that doesn't necessarily always lead to appearances. So, but the first actual tank we want to take something based on power will be the Death Knight. And I mean, there's a lot of things we can use for upgrades. The big thing is we kind of want to avoid getting any haste that we can. I already have like a decent amount of haste on this character because I'm wearing the heroic raid neck. So there's that helm, but it's a 593 and it has high haste on it. Those bracers would be fine. That trinket, by the way, is awful. Siphoning Lifeguard, Lightbrand. If you can avoid taking it, just don't ever take it if you can. So, this belt actually is decent. It's got versatility and mastery, and it's got a tertiary on it. So, I'm happy taking that. It's a, you know, simple upgrade, nothing too exciting, but if it's an eye level upgrade, it's an eye level upgrade. These characters I'm mostly just been doing delves on, and then I'll do the occasional dungeon here and there on them. At this point, the characters kind of doing higher level dungeons will be like my warrior, my paladin, and my druid. My demon hunter and my death knight just kind of get whatever they get from delves. I have been maxing out their delves over the week. I might stop doing that. I might just be doing 4 delves to just like open the bountiful chests, do a set of 4 delves, and then that would give me 2 slots in each vault. It would definitely take a lot less time each week. So but Demon Hunter, again, similar to the Death Knight, there's like a few things that are options. These legs are really good, but they're low eye level because this is the dungeon and track and not the mythic track. We do have a hero track uh, helm, but the helm, unfortunately, I think that's the helm or that's the shoulder. Those are really bad because it has high mastery on it. So what I'm actually looking at is what the stats on the legs are, if it's worth me to grab the legs and the catalyze. Legs have crit haste, those are good stats. So I'm just going to grab the legs here and just go on and just catalyze those into tier. I think that gives me 3-piece tier on the Demon Hunter, and they're all hero track tier pieces. So it shouldn't be too difficult for me to get 4-piece tier. I mean, and honestly, at this point, I'd probably even be fine catalyzing like a champion track if I really wanted to grab the 4-piece. The 4-piece is decent. I think it's like bonus damage and healing to Foul Devastation. So it's not like a bad tier bonus, but you definitely don't want to wear the high mastery item because mastery is pretty bad for demon hunters overall. So, but yeah, we're just going to turn that into tier legs, give us a hero track tier. We'll go upgrade it real quick to 619. Should have enough ruined crest to do that. But yeah, pretty much the chest I think is the kind of last 4 set that you want to do, or that you want to have. The helm I think is pretty bad just because it has so much mastery on it. So, and upgrade the appearance real quick. Got to make sure we're still looking stylish. Then we'll go ahead and log over to our paladin. I did manage to do one plus 10 key on my paladin, so fingers crossed there's something good in there. We'll definitely be trying to gear up the paladin quite a bit this week. I think paladin has become kind of the meta tank with the balance rework, as well as people getting a lot more gear on the paladin is making it like definitely a much sturdier tank overall. Couple that with all the utility and just kind of the insane amount of interrupts you have with like a vendor shield and divine toll. Very strong tank for sure. So, all right, so we've got a myth track haste mastery next with the socket. Socket's not a big deal, honestly. I think the settings at this point are like about 2,000 gold. So getting a socket on a jewelry is not that big a deal. It saves you a little bit of gold, but it's kind of neither here nor there. But it does have good stats on it. So there's nothing really else super great in here. There's like some hero pieces, but I think I've already got mostly hero pieces from Delves. We're pretty close to it. So it's kind of unexciting, but it's still like a reasonably decent upgrade. So we'll grab that. We'll go get like a jeweler setting for it and put some gems in it to make it a little bit better. So, but you know, only running one key means that, you know, take what you can get, and an upgrade's an upgrade. So yeah, a jeweler slot with good stats is definitely pretty solid. The Druid should have 2 myth track slots open. I think I did 4 10s last week on them, so it should have at least, you know, a little bit better options than the paladin. So we'll kind of see what we get here. I was balance or resto spec because I think I was doing that mech quest to get like the mount. So let's swap back over to Guardian. Definitely a good thing we swapped over to Guardian because we got the Stone Vault trinket, which is definitely a very solid trinket for sure. These boots are not great stats, like crit and mastery are not super great. Mastery is like fine for druids. You'd rather have like verse or haste, I think. I think that trinket's actually a pretty solid defensive trinket. I definitely have seen druids and warriors at like higher key levels running that trinket. I think it's still worse than the brooch, the Scarab Lord brooch. So if you have Scarab Lord brooch, you probably just run that over like the Stone Vault tank trinket, but I don't raid. So, and here I'm just kind of checking the stats on boots. If you catalyze them, you can't look in the adventure journal for that. You have to like actually go over and like catalyze to see what they are. It's high haste with some mastery on it, so it's okay stats, but it's not like super great or whatever. So I think here we just take a myth track trinket. You know, it's a solid, reasonable trinket I think to take here, and we'll just, you know, kind of be happy about it. So overall, solid choice. It's not an Arakara sack brood, but you know, it's a decent trinket for sure. So we'll grab that, equip that, and then it's time for the main. So then we'll be checking out the warrior, kind of see what we get on him. Still have plenty of options for upgrades, and I did do 8 10s on the warrior last week, so we're gonna have three full slots of options available for us to pick. So any myth track tier would be great. That, well, I guess there's some caveats with that. We don't want shoulders and we don't want like legs, but helm, glove, or chest, those would all be great at myth level. And I think I do want to be prot. I think the Stone Vault trinket is pretty good, so if I roll that, it's good, like the one we just got on the Druid. Getting a shield or a weapon would be fine if they're good stats. So, all right, what are our options here? So, Myth Track Helm, we can just catalyze that into the tier helm. There's Void Packstone, which I've seen some warriors run that. I have a 619 version that I've tried out in some keys, and I honestly don't really like it. The damage is pretty low on it. I think it's under 1% of my like overall damage in keys, and the haste proc isn't super exciting either. It's like under 1,000 haste. So, and I don't really want to take this ring. I don't think either. There's maybe an argument for it. Like if I wanted to have like two, myth track crit haste rings, I could do that. But at this point, I'd rather have, I think, like a haste verse ring. So I think here we just take the helm, catalyze it, have, two myth track tier pieces basically, as we're slowly kind of gearing up and trying to get to that like highest level of gear that we can get to. So ultimately, yeah, I think we're just going to go ahead and just grab this helm, call it good there. So yeah, overall, I don't think this was too exciting of a week. But again, solid upgrades are solid upgrades. So you know what, I'll be totally happy just grabbing this and like I said, just catalyzing that and calling that good. So yeah, those are my vaults for the week. Thanks again for watching. If you do like this content and the other content on the channel, make sure to like and subscribe. And yeah, I'll be putting out more videos and video guides in the future. Thanks again, everyone. Have a good one.